How you doing? You look great.
Thank you. You look great too. I like the
Like you've been up in
flow. Look at you.
the flow. I got the hockey hairs happening. I'm ready for the
It
next
looks
season
good.
to kick
Was
off.
that like a quarantine thing that just kind of became semi-permanent or?
Yeah, I just wasn't getting a haircut like everybody else, and went into this thing with short hair and hopefully this thing's over soon next
I
year,
know, right?
beginning of next year. But yeah, coming out with long hair, so it's a thing. It's a COVID thing.
For sure. I was just looking online. I feel like you and your family have done more camping in it than anyone in America in 2020.
Man, we've had such a good for me just being unemployed right now, I'm just trying to think what I can use to maximize this time, and just obviously for me that's family. That's what I'm always trying to catch up on when I'm coming off the road. So living in Colorado, just I have a same old truck I've had forever, this old Chevrolet, and uh, uh Silverado 1994. I put a camper on the back of it, and yeah, we've been getting out a lot. It's really fun. We've done a lot of camping, a lot of biking, hiking, and fishing, and all the stuff you can do out there. So just making the most of the time, and I'll be ready when we get to go back on the road when it's time to go back on the road. But for right now, just enjoying the great outdoors. So
That's so awesome. Sorry, my dog is barking in the background. I apologize.
like
So
that.
do you guys have any like really good camping hacks, like things that the kids love doing or stuff that you're like, I don't know how we camped before this?
For me, the best thing is this go fast camper that goes in the back of my truck. You can open up the sides and still access the truck, but then the top just pops up like a little like triangle. And I've heard it's really comfortable up there. My kids hijacked it. They all sleep up there. My wife and I sleep on the ground in the dirt. And but great hacks. That's just yeah, it really, I mean, just being out there, I think just for us, just having the little space with them up there, they love getting up there. They love having like to them, it's like a tree fort. And that makes it great because at the end of the night, they'll go up there and give us a little extra time to sit around the campfire after the s'mores are done with our friends, and continue to catch up. So just having a space for the kids has been pretty awesome.
I was gonna say, because I feel like for adults, 2020 is probably pretty like, oh, we'll look back on this like, oh my God. But for kids, there's a lot of like enchanting, magical things that are happening. Like your kids will never remember that the world was shut down. They'll just be like,
Yeah.
we got to go camping for a year with dad.
my my kids are going to school out in Colorado at this great little mountain school, and I don't know if they're learning anything, but I do know I've dropped my sixth grader off now twice with a fly rod for school. So um, they're learning a lot about fishing and hiking and biking. Hopefully, they're doing some actual learning as well, but they're having a unique experience for sure this year, and it's been a lot of fun to see that.
That's awesome. Well, aside from the camping and the mountain biking and all the stuff you've been doing, I know you've also been back in the studio and
Yeah,
all of the info around all the new music is under lock and key. But what can you say about this next chapter of music for you
yeah.
and what that looks like?
Well, thanks for asking. I'm just trying to find inspiration like everybody else. I've been writing songs all summer, doing the Zoom songwriting thing, which is, I've actually really enjoyed it. But just trying to find some inspiration, and written a lot of songs, and I've also been pitched some songs, and I love this song that came my way because it just the title's gone, and I feel like a lot of everybody can relate to that title. I didn't want to write something or record something that was too COVID centered, because I do feel like country music, there's a place for that in country music, but there's also a place just to turn on your radio and kind of escape what's going on outside your car or outside your reality. So I like the fact the song kind of touches on the fact that everything's gone right now for a lot of us, especially in the music industry. It feels very the whole year's gone, and hopefully next year's not gone too. But I also love the song just because it feels like it has it's just a good jam, just something to put out there now to like I said, I think country music is medicine in a lot of ways, and so it feels great. It's fun to listen to, but it touches on a little bit of in a metaphorical way about just what this 2020's kind of been like for all of us.
Which has been such a wild year. Well, we're very
Yeah.
excited to hear it. And this next project that you're working on will be your 10th studio album. And when you think back to like the early days of like, what was I thinking was going number one? Could you ever imagine at that point that you were going to be here like at an album 10?
No, I could never imagine having 10 albums, because I was, it's slowly happening, but you just figure that, well, for one, how long are albums going to be around for, right? So I'm always so thankful when I get a chance to put an album out. It's like, because to me, albums are important. The idea of making an album. And actually, I just watched, Brothers Osborne, release their album. They did a fun thing on Instagram where they're taking off the cellophane and, talking about what that feels like. That's, I love that. So I love making albums. Love the way it feels having a full album out. So feel very lucky to be working on another album. Yeah. So yeah, and to have 10 of them. I mean, that's just crazy to be able to do it for this long and have fans that are still interested after 9 albums. So pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Absolutely. And another part like of your career that's so awesome and always so fun to enjoy is coming out to live shows, which is something you obviously haven't been
Yeah.
able to do all year. What was the last live show that you did before everything shut down?
The last one I did before everything shut down is a great. Oh, it was up in Omaha with Hardy and Gabby Barrett. Those they were opening and fun hang with Hardy and those guys. Flew Gabby home back when I used to fly planes and stuff and had extra money to do stuff like that. Got a chance to meet her and her husband a little bit, and then the most recent gig I played would have been the Grand Ole Opry. Just had the first live audience last weekend, so that was my 15th year anniversary of my induction. So that was great playing. I mean, 500 people. That felt like playing for 50,000. I mean, I just haven't played for anybody in so long. So really grateful to the Grand Ole Opry for having me on as one of the first guests when they start bringing people back, which is so great that they are. But yeah, it's been not a lot of live music for me at all. I mean, obviously, I actually saw someone play out in Telluride, a little acoustic show, and I just forgot what it feels like to be a fan and to listen to music. It was, she's great songs, great singer, telling great stories between her songs. Her name is Emily Scott Robinson, for anybody paying attention out there. But she's a great singer songwriter, and it was like, it's so nice to be listening to someone entertain me. I miss that. It's nice to be entertained by something other than TV and political coverage. Ugh. So
I know.
I really enjoyed it and I miss it. And as a fan of country music, I really miss the entertainment aspect.
For sure. There's something I've always wanted to ask you. Whenever you're in town, we always come out to your live shows and stuff. And backstage, there is almost always this one guy who looks just like Will Ferrell. Who
Mm,
is that guy? Do you know who I'm talking about?
yes, his name is Matt. I can't
It
think of
like
his
throws
last
me off
name.
every time. I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
Will Ferrell's here.
Yeah, I have to look at my phone. I can't think of Matt's last name, but he lives up there and he comes to a lot of our shows in the area and looks just like Will Ferrell. A lot of times he'll dress in the audience like a character from a Will Ferrell movie. I've seen him as like Frank the Tank. I've seen him from semi-pro wearing a basketball outfit and carrying a basketball. He's dressed up like Ricky Bobby before. So he's a great friend of ours from New York. I mean, a lot of these fans, he's just backstage now too because you get to know these fans so well. You're just like, here, have a backstage pass, and just come hang out because we love being around you, and we love blurring the line between fans and us and band and crew, and it's just one big family out there. It really is, and so he's become family. I can't think of Matt's last name, but if he's out there listening,
I hope Matt finds a
I miss
John
you,
C.
Matt.
Riley.
I miss you much.
I hope that Matt finds a John C. Riley like doppelganger, and the
Yes.
two of them end
Oh
up.
my gosh, that'd be so great. That really messed up the fans big
Right.
time.
I also wanted to ask you about one of your opening acts, Hot Country Nights. How are those guys holding up?
The Knights are doing pretty good. A little construction project going on here at the house, and which is great for them because it allows them to use the porta potty to get refreshed in the morning, and I hose them off sometimes for a shower.
I need
Just
it.
trying to take care of these guys. They're buddies of mine. So but yeah, they're gone. They're kind of like 2020. Their whole shot at stardom is gone. They had an album lined up, and they had a lot of TV lined up, and an award show lined up, and a tour lined up, and fame continues to elude them. But hopefully, 2021 or 22, they'll come back again.
Well, I thought, didn't they sign a deal with Quibi or something?
They have a Quibi TV
Do they know what a
show.
Quibi is?
They think Quibi's like some sort of a exotic food. But I've been trying to explain to them it's actually a Netflix type thing for an iPhone. But yeah, that show's supposed to tape in January, so we'll see. I'm not worried about them getting corona. They've had way worse viruses, and then there's a lot of stuff corona inside that van of theirs that makes corona look like a common cold. So not worried about them getting sick. Just worried about them showing up and still being around in January. But hopefully they are, and Doug and the boys can shoot a little TV show for America out there.
That's awesome. Well, we're rooting for the Knights. And then I just have a couple listener questions and I'll let you
Sure.
get out of here. Someone had asked, what's the one song that got away or the song that you wish you recorded?
Well, I have a lot of singles songs on my albums I wish had been singles. Songs like Pick Up and Five and Sounds of Summer for sure for me. Other songs, the other people recorded. Dirt on My Boots, that great John Party song, that came my way at one point. I think maybe just the point I was had a little bigger stature maybe at that point than John did. So maybe I got the song pitched first, or maybe it was just a random deal that the song came my way first. And I heard it. I was like, man, it's a hit song, but it's not for me. And I'm glad that John found his way to John, because it's great when the right song finds the right person. And that certainly happened with Dirt on My
For sure.
Boots.
Sometimes I just hearing about the life of a song, or how it, because sometimes
Yeah, I
you hear
know,
that
it's
they are like
crazy.
around in
They find their
Nashville for
home.
years before somebody will cut them.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Um,
it's pretty crazy how that works.
Next one is, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened while you were on stage performing?
Worst thing that ever happened, I was on stage in Denver playing an arena. My sister was in the front row, really excited to see me. And she was so happy, big smile on her face. And about 4 songs in, I saw she was horrified. I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I looked down and saw that my pants had ripped completely. The whole seam along the underneath part had just ripped wide open. And she was horrified. Luckily, I was wearing black pants and I had black boxers on. And I was like, this is a problem, because I still had like an hour to go in the show. And just had to go out there and just play like it wasn't there. And she was horrified. So that's part of the road. I
That's
tried to put duct
amazing.
tape on it, but the duct tape drew even more attention to it. So I just had to let it ride.
That's amazing. And then what music have you been listening to a lot in 2020? What's on the Dierks soundtrack out in
Oh,
Colorado?
gosh. Well, my kids have their own little radio show out in Telluride. It's a pop show. So they are on the radio every other Friday from 3:30 to 5, kodo.org. So I listen to a lot of their stuff, a lot of Lizzo, man, a lot of Lizzo gets played in our house. But for me, as far as country goes, I still love Maren Morris's album. I think it's one of the best albums of whoever that, I guess it was 2019. Gosh, still live on that one. I love the new Brothers Osborne album. It's great. John Party just put out a little exclusive EP kind of thing, some extra songs on it. I love that. Maddie and Tae's record's really great. I listen to a lot of new music. I love old school country too, but I love listening to what the kids are doing, and there's some great music out there. Morgan Wallen, obviously, everything he's been putting out is guys on fire. So
For sure.
a lot of good country music out there to listen to, even though we can't go to live shows. There's a lot to dig into on the old radio.
That's awesome. Well, Dierks, thank you so much for your
Thank
time
you.
this morning. We can't wait to hear the new single, Gone. Thanks so much. And hopefully we'll get to see you at a show sometime, man, in the near
Thank
future.
you. I think I'm channeling your hair. If I can let it get a little longer, we might have.
Yeah, you might have a little swoop.
Yeah, I'm getting working on it. We'll see what I look like when Corona ends. You and I might be twins.
Sounds good. I'll see you later, Dierks.
All right. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications from radio.com. And while you're at it, why don't you check out some of our other great videos.